Hey guys, it's Mippy with Basically Bonsai. Sorry I've been away for a little bit, but I got married, so I was a little busy for a little while there. But I'm back, and let's get started on this Brazilian Raintree. First thing that had to go was this giant rock. It wasn't doing it any favors. It's a pretty beefy trunk, and it's just making it look small. So, had to get it out of there. Now, this particular tree was actually given to me by the current president of the Toronto Bonsai Society. It had been given to him by somebody leaving the hobby. So I think it had just been kind of left to its own devices for a while. Weeds everywhere, and what you're seeing now is actually the pruned back version so that it would fit in the car. So it was even bigger than what you're looking at now. So it's really late in the season to be doing a repot, I know, but water just wasn't smoothly running through this soil. I think it had a lot of organics and it was pretty compacted, so I decided, all right, well, let's get it out of here, let's take care of it, and hopefully it will forgive me for it later. Took quite a bit of effort to get it out of this pot. I have a feeling it had been in here for quite a while. A few more rocks hidden in there, little surprises. So in a couple spots there's some, big holes from where these rocks came out, but once we get through everything, that doesn't seem to matter too much. There were all these long, smooth roots from the weeds that were going through. Luckily, they came out pretty easily. Just had to tug them all out, but there were a lot of them. This is where my wedding nails came in handy. I was able to get in there and pick them all out. Useful tool that you weren't planning on. Now, moss had been allowed to grow up the trunk, which unfortunately damaged the bark. But someone told me with rain trees it's pretty normal that it'll shed it and kind of regrow, so hopefully that's what we see in the coming years. Now, I had intended on being pretty mild with this repot, but then, as has been the case with a few of my recent repots, the spirit of Nigel Saunders came over me, and I went a lot harder than I intended to. But good news. It's been a little while since I actually filmed doing this, and the tree is already putting out some new sprouts, so evidently I didn't do too much, so that's good. There we go, it's looking a little better. I was actually pretty happy with the roots coming end of it. There's less on one side, and that ended up being because of that rock that was in there. It was kind of blocking the roots and forcing them straight down rather than out. but all in all, it's looking pretty good, so I'm actually pretty excited for this one. Go, all tied in. Kind of top it up with my bonsai mix, and that's just a mix of pine bark, pumice, and chebasai is what I've got in there at the moment. It's what I've been using on all of my repots lately. It's just kind of what I had around. So far everyone seems to be liking it, so we'll see how it goes. Now to take care of the top, and as I mentioned, what you were seeing at the beginning was the pruned back version, but it needs to go back quite a bit more. First though, we'll just clear out, there were quite a few little dead branches in there, and so we'll get the easy stuff out of the way, but I'm planning on going back quite a bit with this guy. Primarily there was this big, chonky, totally straight branch, which it just had to go. I couldn't keep it. It's basically another little tree, but I have nowhere to root cutting, so we'll just get rid of that. But yeah, it's got great branches in great spots, but some of them were allowed to get too thick, so we're taking it pretty far. One of the things with these rain trees is they've got wicked thorns on them. And I just kept on stabbing myself doing this entire thing, so I recommend gloves in the future. So I want to get rid of this stub entirely. It's super thick. It's even tough for my ratchet pruners, which, okay, to be fair, I did not get high quality ratchet pruners, which I should have. Maybe they'll be in my stocking for Christmas, you never know. But we'll just nibble away until we get that all smoothed out so it can heal over nicely. I left some pretty big wounds, so definitely want to make sure I'm covering all of those up with cut paste. I actually really like this tree, so I don't want anything to start attacking it or hurting it. And there she is, and the first thing I think of is, shoot, I planted this way too far over to the left, but I'm not undoing what I've done so far. Next repot will fix that. Shouldn't matter too much for right now. And there it is. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.